What's up, guys? So today we're going to talk about understanding losing. So in college, I had around 20 losses total in my career, and every loss I learned a lot. Everyone knows, the saying, you don't lose, you learn. I don't know if I agree with that completely, but you do learn for sure. There is losing, but I actually brought out one of my favorite books ever, Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, Beyond Order. And I just wanted to pull this quote out, and I'll probably do this a little bit more in videos for those who watch it, because these books have given me a lot of value. And the quote says, we have every reason to avoid facing the bitter truth, but making what it is and what was clear and fully comprehended can only protect us. If you are suffering from memories that will not stop tormenting you, there's a possibility that thing could be your very salvation. And that thing, it's just waiting to be discovered. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. So you might ask, what does that mean? What does that quote mean? Well, a lot of times we lose. And then we're resentful for our losses. We're sad, we're upset. But then we kind of leave it in the past. But honestly, it's not really left in the past. We don't address our losses. We lose, and then we just go on and kind of forget about it. But what losses do, is they compound, and slowly you start to lose confidence. And lots of times people don't address their losses. They don't sit down and reflect. So when you don't do this, when you forget to sit down and reflect and learn from your losses, like truly learn from your losses, because you cannot learn from your losses unless you look back at them, unless you watch that film, unless you talk with your coaches, unless you reflect, then you don't learn from it, and then you become sometimes resentful, or even your confidence dips down, and you just don't grow as a wrestler. And I'm sure this works with other sports too. So for me, I lost to this guy named Colton McKiernan, and he kicked my butt. He kicked my butt so bad, and I was so mad at everyone except for myself that day. And then slowly I got in an argument with my coach, and I was like, man, I need to go to a different team because I need to get better, and this team isn't doing well for me. I talked about this in my Why I Almost Transferred video, so you can get the full story about that. But the thing is, I was not reflecting on my own mistakes. I was not dissecting my relationship with that loss, because you have a relationship with every single loss. And if you don't address that relationship, if you don't go back and see how you could fix the problems, or you could have fixed the problem, then you're forever going to be, I don't want to say defined by that loss, but you may be weighed down, even if it's just a little bit, by that loss. And that can cause you to, not want to wrestle for some people, or not want to play your sport, or it can cause your confidence to be super low. And we don't want those things to happen. So if you want to actually grow from your losses, do not be passive about it. Go back, reflect, talk to your coaches, find a way to grow, and do that as soon as possible. The day after you lose, maybe 2 days after you lose, however much time it takes, just go and reflect. I think it's really important. If you don't do this, I don't believe you'll ever reach your peak, and I don't think you'll ever become the best version of yourself if you don't go back and basically search through all the little details and figure out how you could have done better and how you will be better later on. That's it, guys. Don't let your losses define you, and don't forget to look at them head on and grow from them. Thanks, guys.